Hmm.
Then I had a little fold that I've done for years. It's a cute little fold, but I found this one and now I'm in love. I am so in love with this, and
Beautiful.
and it's so cute. And what's really cool about it, um, you can make it into well, first of all, it's functional, right? So you can make it
Yeah.
into, and look, you can make it into a birthday thing. So I'm going to give you all of the, or any kind of card. This isn't real money, but I wish it was. It's you can make like you can do a total presentation for a present for a grandkid, or a graduate, or a wedding present, just all that, depending on the kind of paper you use. So just so you have this information, I know you probably weren't prepared for it today, and you can fold it out of any square, so that's fine. But I'm going to give you the dimensions for the clutch, to make the money gift bag. And it's an 8.5-inch square. So basically, you can cut it out and just cut off the long edge of the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So 8.5 inches square, which is this size here. You can just a strip, just a little strip or a ribbon. Like in this one, I used a ribbon, which is fine. The strip or the strap is 8 inches long, and it's about 3/4 inches wide. The card itself, now, the little card inside it's basically the size of the money folded in half. So I have it 6 1/4 by 2 3/4. So you can cut just a little piece of watercolor paper, and then you can just put your gift in there, whether it be money, or if it's not money, a gift card, anything. And then you can I watercolored it a little bit, and I sized it so that it will fit this 8.5-inch square piece, so that you can use it, give it away, mail it. It's just so cute. So that's the size for this size. Now we're gonna fold it. I think it's probably better if I fold it out of a large piece, just for you to see. This is a 12-inch square from a piece of scrapbook paper. So this is a nice big size. I can do the same thing. I can put a larger card inside. I can actually put my wallet in there. I don't think it'll fit my cell phone. Let's see, just for fun. Oh yeah, kind of. It's kind of silly, but yeah, it can fit my phone. So depending on the size of your papers, as long as they're square, you can make any size. This one here is a 7-inch. No, this is 8 inches. So you can see it's a little bit smaller. And then this is a 6-inch, which is really cute. You can put little, that can go on a greeting card, actually, just sitting right on it. So that is our little summer purse, and you can use little string to do the what do you call that? The handle. So there's just so many possibilities, and they're really, really cute and very functional. So let's get started. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book that I got it from. This is so cool. It's a book called Origami Chic, and it's by someone named Sok Song, and he's a really great designer, origami designer. And what he did, this is called the clutch, and I think he designed this. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he doesn't say he didn't, so I'm assuming he did. It comes with papers, fashionable papers in the back that are already done. You just have to tear them out, which is kind of cool. So like you can just tear it out and you're ready to rock and roll. You've got really nice, fashionable looking papers. And these are some other things like sunglasses, and there's a backpack and just all kinds of goodies, a little jacket. And remember how we've gotten into this clothing thing. Look at this ball gown. So it's a really cute book. I think I got it on Amazon and I just love it. So just wanted to kind of pass that on a little bit. So if everybody could mute for now, I'm going to start the instruction. Here we go. And so what I have, I'm going to do this with this size, because I think this is going to probably be easier to see everything. And plus it's so cute. This came out of the book. This is an 8-inch size. And you can use 6-inch, it's fine, no problem, just a square. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fold this paper in half, in corner to corner. And now I'm going to just fold it over, keeping it folded. I'm folding the left side over to the right, laying it straight over, and I'm just kind of going to divide that basically and I'm opening it up. So we basically, it's such an easy fold. At first I thought, oh, it's going to be hard, but it's actually really easy. Now I'm going to take the top layer only, and I'm going to fold it down. I want to line this crease up. This crease is right here. I want to line that crease up and take that point and make it just lay right on top of have it hit the bottom, and then just make sure it's lined up, and then make your crease. And now open that up and fold the top layer point down to the very first, just to the crease you just made, making sure that these folds are lined up. And now I've got this. I'm going to fold this down, this little piece down. This is going to be the front of my purse, of my little clutch. Now I'm going to take this, I'm using this side right here, this little point right here where the fold, where that little fold is. Right here, I'm going to use that as my starting point. I'm going to fold, I'm going to use that as the marker, and I'm going to take this edge right here is going to go lay right over this. So I'm just going to take it using that, and I'm just folding this over. So you can see I just did that. On that side, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You can just take this taking that point right here, this right side, I'm going to just take this edge and I'm going to bring it over using that as a pivot point there, or as a starting point, and then I'm just going to crease it. Okay, so now I've got these two flaps here. Now I'm going to take this flap, on both sides you're going to do this actually. I'm going to take this edge, this long edge that's in towards the center, I'm going to just bring it over, I'm going to fold it and bring it over to lay right onto that outer right edge. So I'm just going to crease it. Same thing on this side. I'm going to take this edge here. I'm going to just bring this edge to lay over on that outer edge. And it's basically, I'm folding this in half, kind of using and making that as the starting point. So now what we have is, this is what it should look like. Now we're gonna open these flaps up. The first one I'm going to open up, and I'm going to insert my finger, and I'm not making a new crease at all. I'm just using existing creases that I already made, and I'm going to flatten that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my finger, open that flap up, put my finger on the inside. If you have a bone folder, it's probably better. So now I'm just going to open that up and lay this without making new creases, because everything has already been creased. I'm going to just go ahead and lay that flat. So this crease gets reversed is what happens. So now we have these two things going on. So the next step is to take these little points here, this left point that's here. I'm going to fold it down as far as it will go, without, so that these little parts here, right, you want that fold to start right here, and you want this crease right here to line up with the crease underneath. And so basically you need to adjust it, like when you do this, just kind of adjust that top edge so that it's nice and flush, that fold, and then this part kind of lines up with this. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Going to just bring that corner down, kind of line it up at the top so that this part is just I don't even know how to explain that, but it is that way. So we do that on both sides. Now you have this little flap, this little part that's kind of an angled flap. You want to bring that, just fold that right over with this top edge here on both sides. It's just a little flap. You just want to fold it down and give that a really good crease. What you want to do is unfold that, and you're going to fold it backwards. You're just going to take the same, you're just going to reverse the crease and fold it backwards, and do that on both sides. Fold that backwards, the one you just made. And what you're going to do now is fold these little flaps backwards. You're just going to reverse the fold. I'm going to show you what I'll show you here. You can see I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to go back, just fold it backwards, right on itself. So basically, it kind of tucks away those little parts. Now I'll do this on both sides. I'll take this little top triangle here. I'm just going to go fold it backwards. Now what I do, just because I'm doing a little, you don't have to do this, but if you want to secure it, you can take some glue and just put that inside to hold that down. I do that because it just makes it easier, especially if I'm going to be opening and closing it. So I'm going to take this whole little flap. It's not necessary, but if you want to, just kind of helps a little bit. So touch of glue, and then I'm just going to lay it back over itself. See here, I've got it there. And then just kind of let it press a little bit. It just helps it. If you don't have any glue on hand, that's okay. You'll still be able to do it. I'm going to just go ahead and put a little glue on that just to hold it down. And then it makes for opening and closing it so much easier. So now we have this. This should look like this. It kind of looks like a little dustpan, sort of, right? So now what we're going to do now is going to take on existing folds. Nothing new is happening here. I'm going to fold this. There's a crease here, right here. There's a crease here. You can see these creases, right? And then this part right here needs to be reversed. So how that works, it's basically an inside reverse fold. I'm pushing this in. I'm not making new creases, but I'm pushing it in, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So basically, I just take my hand and I just push it in, and I just use that existing crease. And don't make new ones, because we want the ones we already have, and we're just reversing those folds. Depending on the paper you have, it's going to go in easy, and some won't as easy. This one's a little bit, every piece of paper behaves differently. But I'm just going to reverse these folds, not making new ones, and then I'm just going to crease. Now, everything's all set, so it should look like that. This is how it looks. Now we're going to turn it over. So we have this area solid side facing up. Now what we're doing is the top side only, this top part. There's a top flap. You can see that, both sides. We have these top flaps here. I'm going to take this flap, this little point right here is going to meet, it's just going to be folded over to touch the center crease. You can see that center crease. I can barely see it, so I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. It goes from here to here, this vertical crease. I'm going to take this point and I'm going to just bring it over, and I'm going to use this bottom as like my starting point. So I start my fold, and I'm going to just take it over, and there's going to be a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it. It's it's an interesting fold. It becomes kind of a Z fold, but you want to just fold that over so that it touches that center crease, but not over it. And then just go ahead and crease it, and you'll see it kind of has a little gap, and what happens is that you've got this little Z fold happening here. It's not a big deal, but I wanted you to see that. I'm going to do it again on this side. I'm going to take this right edge, and I'm taking this is where I start, and I want it to meet, not go over, but to kind of meet we want it to touch this crease here, that's the vertical crease. And I'm just going to crease it. Now I have this. So I'm going to turn it over. We're almost there. Now what we're going to do is take this little top point here. And I want to fold this not to touch this top edge, about 1/4 of an inch from it. So I'm just going to take that point and kind of place it right at that center, at this crease area. And now I'm just creasing now. So it's basically laying about 1/4 of an inch above this line here. And we'll fold this again. So this is actually the finished purse. We're just going to have to assemble it now, or just lock it. So here it is. It's all done. And what we have to do is fold this down. And what I do is I just go as far as I can down, and then this becomes this little flap. You just tuck it into this little band here. Tuck it in, and now you have your purse. It's all ready. It's so cute. I love this one. And to make the strap, what I did, and I'm just going to grab a little ribbon here, if I can. I'll grab some red ribbon, or you could use paper. If you have a piece of paper, that's fine. Anything, really. I'm going to use red because this is perfect for that. And so it's about, I'm going to use a little piece of ribbon. And what I do is there's actually these little holes. They're actually, right, I'll just kind of show you with my bone folder here. These little pockets right here are perfect to place the strap in. So what I do is I'm just going to take, for the ribbon part, I'll just put a little glue at the top or at the bottom of the ribbon on one side. And I'm going to just take it and slide it into the pocket as far as I want it to go. Here's one side, and then just hold it a little bit. And then I'm going to bring the other one, and I could make it shorter. I think I'm going to make it shorter. You can make it as long or as short as you want. And I'm putting a little glue at just enough to hold it. It doesn't need much. I'm going to put it into that pocket, sliding it in, and there it is. It's done. It's just so cute. So I'm going to fold it again because we have Pat and Deanna arrived, and I think we'd probably want to see it again. So isn't that adorable? I just love that one. So I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do it out of, let's see, what kind of paper should I do it out of? I think this lace, this is fun. Hope that you'll be able to see the creases on that. Or I'm trying to think of which would be the best to see the creases. Or I can do it out of let's see what this one is. Oh, the little flowered one is pretty. Maybe you'd be able to see the creases there better. So I'm going to go ahead and do it out of this one. This one's it's an 8-inch piece. Okay, so now I'm going to take it. You start with your pattern side down, your paper, whatever size you have. If you have 6-inch, that's fine. We're going to fold it in point to point in a triangle. Okay, now take your left side and fold it over. This bottom edge crosses over, and you're just basically folding in half again. And then crease it really well so you can see your creases. Now you open it up, take the top flap, and bring the top point down to the bottom point or bottom edge, right to line up with everything. Just make sure that these creases are lining up together. And now we're going to take, which one am I doing? Oh yeah, we're taking this edge and we're going to fold it over to this, with this top edge. We're going to use this as the starting point where I'm starting to fold right here. And I'm just going to take that edge and I'm bringing it right across and on top there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other. And one thing I forgot to do, but I won't forget because I've done this before. But let me just do this. We'll do this side right now and fold it over, just using that little edge as the starting point. One thing I forgot to do, and I actually made a mistake and I had forgotten to narrow this, and it still was able to function, but I wanted to tell you that we take this, unfold this point, we take the top part of it and fold it down to that first crease right here, and then we fold it over. Now that's where it needs to be, because it wasn't there. I had forgotten. That's an important step. So just kind of make sure it's lined up, and then you fold it over, and now we're good. So now we've got these folded over. And now what you're going to do is take this edge here and fold it back to lay right on top of that outer edge. Do the same thing with this one. Take this edge here and fold it backwards to lay on top of that edge. Take your bone folder, your finger, whatever you've got. I don't know. I had my bone folder a second ago. I can't imagine I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. So what you want to do is take this part. It's like a flap. You're going to open up that flap, and you're going to open it, and you're going to lay. You're not creating new creases. You're just reversing this crease on the right side. And you're just going to lay it down, and you're not making new creases. So this shall be even. You'll have this point with the two sides even, and you didn't make a new crease doing that. Same thing on this side. I'm going to open up the flap, just open it up, have it straight up, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to open up. You can see how I just take my folder, and sometimes just putting that folder down at the very bottom of it makes it a lot easier. And I'm going to flatten it. So now the next step is I'm going to take these points, I'm going to fold them down, just lining up the creases. Just fold them down as far as I can without bunching them up. Same thing on this side. Fold it down, lining up the creases. We're like this. So next step is you take these little flaps that are sticking out. You've got this angle here, and you've got these little flaps that are sticking out a little bit. Just fold those right over that, right over the creases you just made, or the little. Just give that a nice crease because we're going to fold that backwards. So now we've got this. It should look like that. And now what you do is you open this up, fold it backwards. You're not making a new crease, you're just reversing it. Same with this little part here. I'm folding it back, reversing that crease. I'm going to do the same for these little flaps, triangular flaps. I'm opening it up and I'm just reversing it, going backwards. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Folding it back. So I've not made any new creases there. Now I mentioned before, you can glue these little flaps down if you want. It helps to glue them down. But if you don't have glue, don't worry about it. I'm going to do it this time without glue just to show you it does work. So now what you're doing is you're going to push these long points right here, or these long edges are going to be reversed and pushed inward. And the way you do it, if you hold it together, just kind of hold it and just push that in and reverse that. This fold gets reversed and then lay it flat. And you do that on both sides. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Basically taking this long edge, going to push it in, reversing that fold, not creating any new ones, just reversing that inner fold, and now I have this. So now we're going to turn it over, and we're taking these points, and we're going to bring them, using this as the starting point. I'm going to just take this outer point, and I'm going to use this as my pivot point over here, finding my center crease, vertical crease, and I'm just going to have it lay right on just meet that center crease, and then just crease it. Same thing, and do the same on the other side, using that bottom edge as a pivot point or a starting point, and I'm going to have that meet. And I notice that they're not meeting exactly, oh well, but it does work no matter what. If you wanted to try to adjust a little bit, you can, so that they meet, these little points meet. That's good. So now what we're doing is we're going to turn it over. We're going to take this top edge or top point. We're going to fold it to meet. We're going to take it to meet. Not quite. We're going to have it like 1/4 of an inch above this edge here. About 1/4 of an inch. You want to crease it then. So you just lay it, you place it 1/4 of an inch with your finger and then go up and crease it. And now you're going to take this whole thing and fold it down as far as it will go. As far as it will go. And then what you want to do to close it is you will just tuck that flap underneath that nice edge, and now you have a beautiful, I love this one too. You have a beautiful little purse that opens up and you can put things in it. It's not a stand-up purse, but it is a nice little clutch, and you can put this on a card, this would be cute on a greeting card. What would really be nice is if I have a 5x7 card, maybe I've watercolored with a solid background, and I lay this on the card, and what you can do is it can be an interactive card. So let's say this part could be glued down here, and then someone can open it up, open up gift card or money or a little secret message or anything like that. So you've got all kinds of ways you can use this. So these little parts, there's little pockets right here, right at the top. This is where I place the strap. So let's see, I'm going to try to find a piece of ribbon that maybe matches it a little bit. Oh, I found something. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm going to just cut, if I put my scissors, I had those a minute ago too. It's one of those days, you know, when you don't have very far to go, but you keep losing stuff. So you can decide the length of your handle, and you this will slide right in, which is nice. And all I need to do is put a little glue. Let's all put a little glue on the front of that. And just slide it right in that pocket. Try not to get glue on the whole thing. There we go. And then I'll do the next one here on the front of it. I'll put it right on this part here. And I'm going to turn it so that it kind of looks like that. And then I'm just going to slide it into that pocket. And I'll make it go down pretty far because I like the shorter handle. There we go. And now you got a strong purse. It really will. You can put this on a doorknob, or I'm trying to think of things. You can put it on a tree for if you have put it on a tree as a gift card thing. It's just so much fun. And then you can decorate it. You can put things on it. You can put buttons. You can put all kinds of things on these to decorate them, and it would be a great gift. So I made enough gifts for all of my friends, my daughters. I think I've made quite a few. And this one was out of a 12-inch scrapbook paper. The 6 inches are also really cute. You just want to put it on a greeting card. Those would be really cute too. So there it is. So I'd love to see what everyone's done.